Hello, chào mọi người. Hello everyone. Hello. Chào tất cả mọi người nhé. Guten. Hello Scott. Hello everyone. Just warm up a bit and shake it out before working out today. Hello. Hello everyone. Keep the body warm. So before any training, what we want to do is you just want to have our body warm, a bit of warm up so that we keep our body warm, our muscle warm, and we don't get easily injured, right? So prevent injuries. You cannot just jog in a spot, or you do all different sort of exercise where you can move your body, jumping jacks, jogging on a spot, whatever it is. As long as your body is moving and you keep your body, your muscle warm, you can do switch back and forth, or jogging. Hello. I'm gonna do ankle rotations. One way, then the other way, other legs. Hello, hi everyone, how are you? Hope you guys have a great day. I train wooden dummy, Wing Chun, Kung Fu, and Taekwondo, and a little bit of other discipline here and there. You sneeze? That's okay. Bless you. Alright, guys. Alright, then we go to knees rotations. One way, then the other way. And then of course, hip rotations. Try to keep your hip flexible, because we're using a lot of hip movements for our training. Every techniques we exert, execute, we're gonna incorporate our hips into the movement. So therefore we gotta stretch out our hips a lot. Rotations. And the other way. You wanna make big circles, guys, big circles. And I sort of lean down, touching my toes. If you cannot do it, just have your knees slightly bent and try reaching down. And then reach up. And coming back down. Then reaching up. Rồi, khum xuống. Khum sát xuống, đụng tay dưới đất. Reaching down, touching to the floor. And then once again, reaching up. Alright, now you can go sideways. Hip stretch sideways, one way, then the other. Stretching out your side muscles here, your ribs. The side of your hips, your obliques, the side of your shoulders, especially this part here, right? And switch. 2, 3, 4, 5, and switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then I do shoulder rotations. 1, 2. All right. And then forward rotations. Why am I wearing this dress? Because I love it. It looks awesome. And that's all, just simple reason, right? You know, whatever you like, you just wear whatever you like to do. If you were to, like, you know, you put on something, of course, it's somebody like something, a dress or whatever we like, right? We tend to wear it all the time. Like sort of like your special jeans, you know, sometimes it get ripped a bit here, there, or your t-shirt, you wear so comfortable. You know, you put it on, you think it look great for you, it look good, then you wear it. Thank you. It's from Ho Chi Minh. Lots of love from Ho Chi Minh, Vietnam's here. Thank you guys for tuning in. So, all right, let's get into it. We're just gonna go a bit of neck rotation, just slowly back and forth, up and down. Now, especially when your neck, very important. When you want to rotate your neck, so work on your neck rotation and all that. Just want to do slow movements, okay? Don't go crazy like this, you know. Just take it easy. Just slow and rotate around, up, down, and sideways. All right. See, the weather is kind of hot here. Just warming up and I'm sweating already. Yeah. Ok, chào tất cả mọi người nhé. Rồi bây giờ mình sẽ tập luyện một nhân nhé. Okay. So sometime in your training, you finish warm up, you can just go practice light on the wooden dummy. Just go over your techniques, whatever you learn, or you can just basically hit it, right? So you get a feel of it, the feel of the hand and the dummy, right? Sometimes we take maybe a few days off, 2 3 days off, or maybe a week off, you know. We just want to get back into and get a feel of it. Just tap it and hit it this way, that way. So you don't have to exert a lot of force into it. It's just sort of like a pre-warm up for the dummy, right? Okay. So hitting the dummy, moving back and forth like that is just keep your body moving and keep your arms and feet coordinate. When you move, you hit, move, hit at the same time, right? Now it doesn't have to be right or wrong techniques because eventually all these techniques will help incorporate into your training. So there is no right or wrong. That's to me, okay? All right, so. Okay, so let's go into it. Again, like always, the stance in front of the wooden dummy, you open to 1, 2, okay? So your heel is pointing out this way and your toes is pointing in, all right? And knee bent down, like so. And then from there, you're in front of the wooden dummy, facing the dummy like this. Now you can either put your hand like so or like so. It depends on which hand you want to lead, right? Either left in front, the other one right in front of your chest. Now this part, sometimes when your chest is like basically around maybe 10 to 15 to 20 centimeters. It depends on how comfortable you are, right? So chest in front of your chest, so you can just block anything is fast, right? Up and down like that, fast, okay? So that is the stance. So we go in front of the dummy, we go open 1, 2, and then from there. Now remember again, keep on reminding you guys over and over again. Try to measure the dummy by extending your arms out, okay? All the way out like this with your fingertips. Go right to the middle of the dummy, all right? Now from there, fully extended, straight out your arms, and that's how you measure how the distance between you and the dummy so that you can feel comfortable hitting the dummy without too far or without being too close to the dummy, all right? Then from there, you go down and you go, all right? And be like this. So, and go here, here. Okay, like what I just did. Let's practice that drill, okay? You're just gonna go from here. Hit, here like this. The right arm, hit, blocking the upper arm, the dummy. Right arm against the dummy right arm. The other one, you come and bring it down like this, blocking this. And then the right arm come down, left arm coming down. So once you're done, 1, 2, okay, at the same time. Like so, okay? So basically here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? So let's do that drill first, and then we're gonna add in a bit more afterward. All right, let's go. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, right now, we're just working on the hands movement. The foot movement is not in there yet, And the hips movement, I haven't incorporated in first. So basically, you just get the arm first, and then from there, we get the rest of the body into it. So we can have more strength, more power, more effective into our blocks. All right, so let's work on the arms first. Hands. Mostly when your hands like this, please keep it close, tight together, like this. And you're blocking with your palm, right? Tap like this, okay? Don't spread it like this too much. Last time I spread it like this, I injured myself, and now it's still injured. It healed, but just a little bit by bit. It's like over a week now, and I still feel the pain in it. So careful, guys. Keep your fingers tight, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when you're doing this, please have your knee slightly bent, right? Either bend it a bit more or slightly bent. But you bend in a way that the dummy and your chest, so as you're bending down like this, you feel comfortable, right? You want to block here, your knees bend here, right? Not like up here like this, you block here and you straight like this. Is not going to be effective, okay? So make sure your chest and the dummy is like parallel, right? So you block here. This here, you have more strength, all right? Here, right hand. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so once again, the movement is from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically, once you're done, you bring it in slightly like this, towards your body like this, bring it in. From there, you can have the distance to push to get more strength, okay? Not like a switch like this, okay? Have to bring it in, then push it out, bring it in, push it out, like that. And push it out, bring it in, push it out, bring it in, push it out. Now, we're gonna twist slightly. So once you're blocking toward our left, see left this way, because my right hand here, left on this side. So I push toward this way, okay? I lean slightly like that, right? Because I'm imagining that I'm getting hit, so I have to move out of the way of the hit. Then I block. I move out of the way of the hit, then I block, okay? All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? Now, when I'm moving like that, my feet, right? They're gonna turn. You see how I shifted? Both parallel 45-degree angle. Shift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you see sometimes like when I'm blocking here, down here, sometimes I go sideways like this, right? Sometimes I block down like this, right? Down, right? And sometimes is sideways like this. Now that is sort of like a habit we build for ourselves, right? Sometimes we just block down, sometimes we block sideways like that. So sometimes we don't remember. We mix up a little bit of here and there, but that's fine, okay? There's nothing wrong with that because it's just like a habit that we used to do. We push pressure this way or we put it down this way. If we stand still like this, right, we can easily push it down. But if we are moving across, we're pushing this in an angle, so therefore our body tend to be toward this direction. Whereas you're moving here, right, and you're putting down like this, it's harder. So therefore you see like most of the time when you're practicing this, oh okay, your teacher, your master teach you this, put it, this, and this, right, all of a sudden. But when you move here, try to put like this, you can't, right? So basically you have to sort of like slightly change it to this way, because right now you're moving to one side. Of course you got to push both hands the same direction, right? Whereas this hand go here and this hand here, right? Go down, this hand go across, this hand go down. It's kind of like doesn't really make any sense. So it's very hard for you to do that. So it's okay if you you can block this way, right? This way or this way. Okay, it all works. Okay, so please don't penalize that or don't be like too like rigid on that, right? Don't limit yourself in that movement so much. Yeah, as long as effective, I come. See, most of the time if I move here, I push across, right? I cannot push it down like this. Only if I'm practicing here, here, then I can put it down. Yeah, here. All right. So I move, I push, I move, I push. Okay. All right. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now add in the hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, here, footwork, foot movement. So if you watch carefully, I'm from here. I push, pum, right? Pum, and now my feet slightly go in. Pum, switch, pum, pum. Now, the question is how far do you want to push your block out, right? You don't want to push it out too far, right? Because you're protecting yourself. So if the hit is somewhere close to here, to you, where is here, the dangerous areas are like from pretty much from, I would say from 10 to 20 centimeter away from you. So therefore your block, right? You don't have to put your block out so far this way and reaching for the person to get the person's arm or leg to block. You block around here is good enough, okay? So that's why you're practicing with the dummy. That's why I asked you to measure yourself away from the dummy here, right? How far it is, so you're comfortable here. See, this way you block. You don't block all the way here, right? No need, right? Because you're not protecting for everyone. You're just protecting for yourself, right here. This right here is good. Here, make sense? Yes, this is Kung Fu. Yes, so it makes sense, guys. Hopefully it makes sense. You understand, okay? So I'm not here. I'm reaching out for here. I'm blocking like this all the way here, right? There's no need. Because if it's this far, the person hitting you this far, right? There's no need to block, right? Hit here, okay, you can just stand here or just come back a bit. But if you're blocking, just blocking here, all right? So that your arms, when you're blocking, your arms should be like bent, a lot of bend, right? When we attacking and punching, our arms are almost fully extended, but we have slightly bent. But if I'm blocking, I'm like from here, so that my arm is strong to block. I don't block extend all the way down to here, okay? That's no need, all right? So keep that in mind, guys. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15. Now, as you see, I'm moving. And at the end, I sort of like push it harder. I exert more power into my block by increasing my speed, right? Acceleration, right? Acceleration again. I always remind you guys that as we move, we're gonna accelerate, 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 accelerate. That's how we're gonna make our strike, our punch, our movements, our blocks more effective and stronger and faster. All right. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. All right. So let's go. Let's do about 10 more on each side, shall we? So if I were to be in front of you here like this, so we're here. 1, move over slightly. 2, shift your body over. 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'm not extending all the way like this. I'm not extending this. It's just right in front of you here. Only maybe around your arms. Your hands should be out maybe around 30 to 40 centimeter apart. Not all the way, all right? Not like this. It's just like here, here, and here. Yeah. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, if you want, sometimes you can train in a way that, okay, you block, then you can grab, right? So, so in your training, when I teach you once, if you are want to train more and you are like, you know, you want to train more and you want to be smart and use your head, that's good, that's awesome. It's like, oh, one, so which is here, you got the hand blocking here, then you can turn into a grab. You practice that too. One, then you can grab, one, then you can grab, one, you can grab, one, you can grab. So you're also practicing your grip there too if you want to put into more training, right? It's just be creative in your training, guys. All right. Yeah. One, you can grab. One, yeah. See, once I'm done, I can grab, right? And then I can grab and I can pull, and then I can grab and I can hit. Same thing, right? I go here, I grab here, here, and then from there I can hit. I grab, I hit, I grab, right? I hit. Now hit here is kind of like awkward, right? Because you got this arm here is sort of like blocking you, right? So it's more making sense to grab this hand and then hit with this hand, right? Easier, right? Makes sense, right? Whereas you grab here and you hit here, it's kind of hard in this way, in this sense where the dummy arm is blocking you, all right? So one, here, 1, 2, 3. So after the palm block, you can just grab. One, grab and pull. One, grab and pull. You see, the pull here, after a block, I can grab and sort of like you yank it back just a little bit, you know, just to get the feel of your grip, working on your grip, and you're also strengthening on your wrist and your forearm. So as you block, you finish the block, okay, add another grab like this. Block, you grab, just like you're grabbing somebody's hand, right here, and then you sort of like move towards you a bit to get them off balance, okay? One, grab, two, see here, I'm here, then I sort of like yank it a bit, grab it a bit, see how the dummy is a bit of shaky, grab a bit like that, one, and grab, one, and grab, one, grab, one, grab, right? So if you can train and you get in the habit of that, you can make your block and grab and your Wing Chun your training very useful and effective in terms of next movement, right? So once you're done, boom, like this, boom, you grab. You can use towards your advantage when you grab, like this, right? First of all, strengthen your fingers, of course, strengthen your wrist, your forearm, right? And the other thing is once you grab, you can make the person a little bit of balance, right? And if you have a strong grip, if you're training a lot, you have a strong grip, and you do when you block and then you grab somebody's wrist like this, and you just pull a little bit, and they are gonna assume and know that, oh man, this guy knows something, I better not mess with him. And then from there, they just gonna like think twice about messing up with you, right? So that is very good techniques that I add in. So please do train like that. Grab, to grab. So once you grab, boom, grab, you can go grab at the grab here, and then so this hand grab, this hand grab. Now this is what the part when it comes to you grab, and then this one you hit. So this one you pull, you sort of like pull, and this one you push. So the impact of that would be stronger hit, right? So I'm just showing you right now, it's just the opposite theory, the yin and yang, right? So one pull and then one push, right? That your hit would be more stronger, right? Because once here you try to get the person off balance here, and all of a sudden this one coming back like this, the opposite, the same direction. Just like same thing when I learned when I was young in Taekwondo back then, like the back kick was used for, right? The back kick that I learned. So from here, the person sort of like the person running into you, and all of a sudden from here you shoot out, you turn around, you shoot out the back kick, and the person is having a lot of force. They're running into you and you shoot the kick in the stomach. So that gonna buckle them up. Buckle is like when you're hitting the impact of the kick or the hit, right, so hard in the stomach, and go like that. So that is sort of like the deep penetration, right? Of course, your punch and your kick gotta be quite strong. So you gotta practice that. Yeah, low kick like in the groin, right? So instead of if we have to defend on our life, then we have to kick to the groin, right? We're not gonna stick kick in the stomach, right? But if we wanna sort of like shock the person, keep them warning, give them a second chance, then we kick to the stomach, right? To prevent less injury. But if really a situation come really threaten our life, of course we're gonna have to go for the groin, right? So, but shooting a back kick to the groin, that's really deadly, right? So, so if you don't have to, please don't use those kind of like lethal kick. So I'm just explaining you to the point of impact. So if I were to pull here, right? Imagine the person running in like this, and you go and you jump, you shoot a back kick right there. The momentum pack, the force coming in, and then all of a sudden you get hit here. So therefore they're gonna buckle up. So the same theory when with the dummy, right? So I hit here, I pull, and then I yank here, I pull here, and then I pull here, right? As you see, that's why you see, I observed that in a lot of wooden dummy where you practice, one hand you always pull, and then the other one you hit, right? You pull, and then you hit, you pull, and then you hit, you pull and hit, right? Or you stop here and you hit, it's sort of like here, right? If you hit and along here, it's not going to be strong, but if you have this hand, you pull and you hit at the same time, it's going to be more stronger and more effective. All right, guys, you got that? How fast I can go? Not that fast, just like the normal speed like you guys, all right? But the person who train more and dedicate and discipline to put the time more into training, of course, are going to be faster than the other person. And of course, it depends on your body shape, right? If you are like smaller, of course you're gonna be faster, but then like you're not gonna be as stronger than the bigger person. So it's all like even out, right? So. Yeah, that's around the speed. Sometimes it could be a little bit faster, sometimes a lot slower, but not that fast. But I'm pretty sure like after you guys training and practice and familiar with the movement and your footwork into it, you can move easy. And you're gonna move a lot faster, right? But fast speed is one thing, right? But speed and strong is very important. But the thing is, the most important thing is you gotta be accurate, right? You gotta be able to hit the target. That's the main thing, and that's the hardest thing. And the wooden dummy here is not moving. And if you were to deal with a situation where the person is moving, of course you have to adapt to the way they move, right? You have to understand the movement, and you also have to feint. Sort of like you're faking, right? You're thinking of punching here, you go out the head, or you're thinking of here, you go here, right? Are you thinking from here, you go up, but then you go on the knees. So those are all the things you're working on. It doesn't mean that, oh, you can hit boom, 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 like this, and you're gonna get the person. No, right? The person, they think that, okay, this guy have really good hand, fast hand, right? I'm gonna avoid that. Oh, this guy is really good at BBJ, ground fighting. I'm gonna avoid at all costs getting on the ground with him, all right? So they're gonna use a lot of strength and keep you away. If you have hands, for instance, my hands really good, right? And the person know that they're gonna try to use the legs, right? The legs is the longest weapon, so they're gonna keep me away. Whether it's like side kick, right? They keep me away from the sliding side kick or the back kick or whatever. So they're just gonna do kicks, right? From there, kick. If I come in, they use here to my kick to stop from coming in. And of course, if the kick is really good, all right? Yes, of course. Bullets kill everyone, yeah, pretty much. We're not training to like saying that, oh man, we're invincible, right? We can like beat somebody with a bullet or whatever, a duck bullet or whatever, right? So those are like just saying, you know. No firearm. All right, guys. Okay. Now, so now we train this part. Move, move. Okay, okay. Now, I want you to put a little bit of hip power into it more and try to exaggerate the hip motion coming in, right? Because that hip motion, you're pretty much gonna use it all your training. Every movement in your training, you're gonna incorporate the hips. And if you can get the hips, now, it may be the hip movement, when I'm saying like this, is easy, but it's hard. Some of you, you can get it like instantly. Some of you, you can get it like 1 or 2 weeks down the road. Or maybe you can, if you do a train a lot and you try to like practice the example that I'm doing, sort of like swinging your hip and push it in like this. Some of you maybe a month down later, you can get it, or maybe 2 months, 3 months. It's all depend on you, right? So, for instance, if I want to exaggerate my hips movement, I'm gonna go here, boom. I'm gonna twist. Now you see, here, I go here, but whereas I have my hips, I twist into it, right? You can see I can exert more power when I'm using my hips, right? So that's what I want you guys to incorporate your training. Every time you see that you just have only arms here, you don't have power, then you have to remember yourself. Oh, maybe something is missing. How come like he is right? You gotta like go back in the video and re-observe the movement, right? Your master or whoever it is that you admire and do, and you look at their kicks, their hips. Oh, what's the difference between there and mine? You compare it. Now that's when you improve. You analyze it. Oh, okay, this is a hip muscle. Oh, okay, I didn't raise my shoulder. Oh, okay, I didn't like clench my fist, or I didn't accelerate, right? I didn't increase the speed as I punch or as I block. Therefore, my techniques gonna be different from them. Now from there, I gotta learn and I'm gonna improve that part, right? If you do have time and analyze that, and you work on those little simple areas, you're gonna improve really a lot. Okay, guys? So please do. Just only one technique. So here, please go from here. See how I twist my hip into it? I go here. Normal, go here. Normal, no hips, no hips, no hips. You see, no hips, right? My hips doesn't move, right? Now my hip move. Now my hip move. Now my hip move. Now my hip move. No hip, no hip, no hip, no hip, no hip, no hip. Now my hip move. Now my hip move. Now it's move. Now it's move. Now it's move. Now it move. So, exercise you can do is from here, you just wind back, boom, swing your hip like this, wind back, boom. All right, same thing all the way, wind back and push your hips forward. Now, sometimes you can use your hand here to exaggerate, push hip forward, push. Maybe you can do that 5 times. 1, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you can switch the other side. You push 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, once you get in the habit of putting your hip into the into your techniques, trust me, you're gonna be way stronger in your techniques, right? All right, let's try it again. Let's do 5 more on this side with the hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Okay, next drill. Same movement. 1, 2. Now, 1, 2. Now, next movement, I want you to work from here. 1, right? Same thing you're doing. But here, I'm going to do palm straight. Now, you see the palm straight from here. If you were in this angle, if I'm like in this angle, I'm blocking, right? The palm straight going to right here, it's going to be hard. It's going to be awkward, right? But the palm straight going forward, boom, and then forward like this straight, it's okay. But then you have to go back, sort of like twisting like this. It doesn't really make sense, right? So I want you to practice the same thing with the block, but you move here, 1. If you want to do palm straight, you have to shift your body over a bit. So I'm here, I have to shift my feet a bit and then I go in, right? Now, that is where the direction of the line is. Straight, direct line, right? That's what you want. So here, if I be here, I'm blocking. If I'm blocking here, I turn this way. I'm straight and the direct line to this way. But then, if here, if I want the palm, I practice the palm straight, I gotta go straight. So for instance here, if I block, and then my direct line is gonna be where? It's gonna be right in front of me, right? Right? But the thing is, the person faces here, right? So I'm not gonna go here, I'm gonna miss person face, right? If I mean, it makes more sense if I go from here, boom, like this, it's okay. But if I go here, and I go like here, see how it's kind of awkward? My body is sort of like this, crooked like this. Now, first of all, it doesn't look like, good, right? The other thing is like, you sort of like tying your hand together or something like this, you know what I mean? So therefore, we have to turn our body facing forward when we are doing the palm straight. So, I'm here, boom, right? And the guy faces right in front of me here. Not here, not directly to my block. Because my blocking is, I try to get the hand, the arm out of the way from my denture, right? My denture is right here, so I get it to the side here. So therefore, I want to hit the face, I have to turn back and I go here. Make sense? Make sense, guys? So I have to turn back. Whereas if I go straight forward, I'm going to miss the face. So let's practice this drill. I go 1, you turn here, 2, right? So you step over here, and then you step over, and then you hit in the middle. So 1 block, step over, palm straight. Make sense? Whereas if I palm block here, the face is here, palm block here, and I go straight, right? The face is here, doesn't make sense. But if I palm block, and I go here like this, it's gonna be really weak, right? I don't have my whole body behind it. In order for me to have whole body behind it, I have to turn this way. Okay, so that's why your footwork and your body movement, your lower body movement is very important. Người ta cầm súng đánh sao chú hả? Bỏ chạy thôi chứ biết sao không? Hành xuống đầu hàng, có bao nhiêu tiền bóp đồ này nọ, gian xin người ta thôi tha cho người ta, cho mình đưa người ta bóp ví rồi tất tần tật chứ làm sao mình đánh lại. I'm from Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh City. All right. This is Kung Fu, and part of it Wing Chun, part of it some of the stuff I learned from my master in Vietnam here with Wood Enemy, and I also have background in Taekwondo and a little bit of here and there other discipline. Okay, guys. So let's practice. 1, then turn, 2, 1, turn, 2, right? Step over, 1, step over, then you hit. 1, step over, hit in the middle, right? 1, step over, hit. Okay, 1, step over, hit. 1, block, step over, then hit. Okay? 1, step over, then hit. Makes sense, right? Otherwise, if you go here, the palm straight back here, you have to turn here. It's kind of awkward, right? You can, and you're gonna be really weak this way, okay? Whereas you block here, you turn it over, and then you straight. Easier, makes more sense. All right, so let's try it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? Got it? Now let's move on. 1. Same techniques, but this one I want you to change to a knife hand straight. Now this way, boom, boom, like this. This way, we sort of like shifting our right leg in our right direction, right? Before we do a palm straight here, we have to move our left leg so that we are back in the middle, so we can hit straight, right? Whereas this way, I want you to do block, and from there, you're gonna raise your elbow slightly because of this, right? You're gonna hit, and from here, you're gonna go cut right in with the knife hand straight. So in this way, your foot movement, you're gonna move your right foot, right, toward your right, boom, toward your right, and then from there you cut from there. Okay? Now this hand here, what do? When you practice early, you can grab it, right? So once you block here, you can grab. You grab this one, pull, and this one, straight. Pull and straight. So sort of like pull and push, pull and push. So it's gonna be stronger, okay? So pull and push, straight, okay? Now go back in middle, block, and then from there, pull and push, straight, okay? Push the other side, pull and push, straight. See? Now you see how I sort of like from this movement, and I go here, whereas when I'm striking like this, I'm up balance, and you see I'm like this, right? So that's why you gotta move your right foot. That's why you have to move it in a way that you stay in balance. You have for your foundation, and then you strike. Otherwise, if you strike first, like I just did before, right? I just here like this, and then my foot is sort of like moving because it's sort of like off balance, right? I cannot keep my balance, therefore it wobble, right? So when your stance wobble, then of course the opponent, if they are really quick, right, they can make you fall off balance, trip you or whatever, all right? But if you have stable balance, it's gonna be harder for them. And so always try, when you train, try to stay in balance, okay? If you miss your off balance, try to fix it, all right? See how I shift over and I chop? See, from here, I don't chop from here. Chop from here, practice, okay? But real one, you shift it over, shift over and chop. Boom, chop over, chop, boom, shift over, chop, boom, shift over. And you cut, over. See, as soon as I block, I move. I don't get hit here. Here, person hitting me, I move, right? If I miss their arm, some of you that said their arms, the hands, and you cannot block the kicks or you cannot block the arms, you are absolutely right. You cannot really go against like hard kicks and hard punches, right? But the arms is there just in case for our protection, just in case, so that we can see where the hand, the arm are, right? If you see, you know it, right? This is the leg here somewhere. So inside the legs, there's the groin, right? See my leg here. If you go in from my leg in here, I got the weak spot right here, the groin, right? The nuts, whatever you want to call it, the nuts, the ball, whatever. So you can sort of like sense that with your arms. So it's not so much use for blocking, but just a few where the arm and leg there. Then you can move in and attack the weak spot, okay? So, but see, the first thing I do is I avoid the hit by moving out, okay? I don't stand there. I don't stand here and block. No, that's a no-no, okay? If that were the person too strong, the punch and the kick too strong, the strike too strong, you won't be able to block it. You have to move, right? You have to move first. You have to get out of the way. The best thing in self-defense is, the best move is don't get hit. The most important part is please don't get hit. Then you can block, you can do whatever you want. But first, you have to move. Don't get hit, and then from there you can go. Now you see at the end of the arm, of course, here, my arm here, attached to my shoulder, attached to my neck, my face. So at the end of the arm, we all know that our head, our neck, weak spot here, right? So my blocking here, okay, if your hand here, if your hand's here, I can go into your neck, right? I know that your neck is here, right? There's no way your neck is not there, your head is not here if you know your arm already here. So I can just go right in. Same thing with the legs, right? Makes sense? So not so much of the blocks, of course, maybe it helps, like maybe 30 to 60% of the block, right? But some people are really strong in the kicking, like Muay Thai kick. Those guys professional, very good, right? We cannot block with our arms. I don't care how strong, how fast block you are. If you go like against those heavy kickers, your arm maybe break, right? So therefore we have to get out, right? Right? And then from there block and we cut, all right? Come on. So let's train. Move out of the way, block and straight. Move out of the way, straight. 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 Out first. Now from there, straight. Block, out of the way, and straight. Block, out of the way, and straight. So the footwork here, when I'm moving, if I want to move the right, therefore I'm blocking toward my left. So I move right here, step out, and then the other foot I drag over, and then from there I turn in the block. If I want to block to my left, I move my left toward my right. If I want to block toward my right hand, this side, confusing. And then my left foot gotta step over, and then I put my hand out, block. Boom, boom, boom. See? See? So you want to work with your stance. You want to move away. You don't want to stay there. You don't want to just keep on blocking like this, like this, like this, like this. No, you're gonna get hit. For sure you're gonna get hit. So you have to get out of the way, my friend. Get out. Move. 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 Okay? So that's why you see when I hit it, I move. I hit a few times. I move in. I move. My footwork always move. I don't stay there. I move back in. And then I move out. And then I go in. Right? Footwork come in. And then I out. And then I move. Okay? You don't always stay one spot. You move. Because imagine that once you hit the person once, the person gonna try to hit you, punch you, knee you, whatever. Then you're gonna try to hit you back twice or whatever. So you have to evade the move. You have to get out of the way. And the best way is your footwork. Very important, your footwork. If and if you can move your footwork, you can move like a boxer. Thumbs up for you. That's pretty amazing. If you want to really train good footwork, please learn those footwork from boxing. Once you learn that, you can move very effectively, right? But for Wing Chun or Wing Chun and a lot of other sparring or fighting stance is very simple. Wing Chun is very simple. You just move back and forth, but you always try to keep your stance. And the other thing is, like, you try to always facing the opponent. You always be square to the opponent wherever you move, right? I'm moving here, I'm still facing him. I move this way, still facing the dummy. This way, I'm still facing. Wherever you move, you're always facing your opponent. I don't care which way you move, you come back, whatever, you're still facing. All right? So keep that in mind. Always square facing. Of course, your stances always be in an angle. All right? Let's go. I move here, I hit here. See, once I'm hit or I block, I'm always direct, facing directly. Okay, even though, see, the opponent try to hit me here, I move to the side, so the opponent force is moving forward, but I'm already sideways here, so therefore I have the advantage of hitting straight in here, right? If you go back here, then I shift to here, and then go, hit elbow, whatever. If you try to swing here, then I go back here, and then I can go here, right? So the main thing is you never want to go face to face against the person like this, okay? If they face to face like this, chances are whoever gonna be faster gonna get hit, gonna hit the other person, right? If you this close, you are in trouble. Either you're in trouble or the person in front of you is in trouble. So therefore, if you're here, please, if you don't want to hurt anyone, get out. If you really want, you're here, which means there's some business you want to take care of. So here, if you're here, you gotta hit, and then you get out, okay? All right, because short range combat is very easy. The person is really good, assume that they're always as good as you or better than you, all right? Be confident, but don't be overconfident, you know? So always be aware. So once they're here, you gotta hit first, right? Even if you just tap slightly to the face like this, okay? Just to stop, all right? Whatever, if like situations like, you know, anger get in the way, they're really gonna go do swing whatever, you gotta go first. You gotta attack first, push to the face or whatever, and then from there, you back up, right? If you don't want any more crazy stuff happening, you back up, right? So, yeah. Otherwise, please keep distance, at least 1 arm length. 1 arm length away from the person, okay? You gotta talk like from far away, whatever, right? If stranger you don't know and you find it's kind of like heating up or you're suspicious, this person gonna come up to you and, you know, try to make some kind of sort of like fight or whatever, pick a fight for some reason, you know? You just, first thing you do is just back up, hands up, always hand up and prepare, sorry, you know, blah, 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 whatever. You know, I didn't know what happened, really sorry about it, take it easy. And then you sort of like backing up. But you want to back it up in a way where you back up with your stance. With your stance is just normally like this, okay? Just like this. 1 feet in front, 1 feet in front and back. Never stand like this, okay? Never stand like that. Because if they were to push you, boom, you off balance, right? So you want to have like 1 foot slightly, right? You don't want to go down in dip stance too much because they are assumed that you want to fight them, right? You just are normal like this, just knee slightly bent, sorry, whatever is happening, right? If they're really moving forward to you, then you gotta back up and you're gonna go into lower your knees down, just slightly more into a sparring or fighting stance. And from there, you can take care of the situation, all right? Use your intelligence. All right, thank you guys. All right, let's practice, shall we? So, let's stand in one spot and we're gonna practice this. 1, 2. 1, 2, easier, okay? So feet and shoulder width apart, you know. You can point your toes inward a bit and just stand comfortably, all right? And just practice this technique. Just like we practiced before, now we're just using our arms, right? We don't have to use our hips anymore. We just go here, boom. This time we wanna like practice our quickness, okay? We go, boom, boom, okay? So once, oh, you see the hand here? Sort of like the hand, they try to touch you first, put the arm like whatever in your shoulder, 1 arm like this, you block it out. And sort of like here, hey, please don't touch me, you sort of hit in and out. If you see coming forward a bit, and then you sort of like push backward. Just leave the hand there to the face. Now, just the hand here to the face, which means they know that, okay, this is something not to mess up or whatever, right? But if they were to swing at you, whatever, right? About to swing, then you can just push it like that. From here, just boom, Right, so your hands already here, boom, boom, like that, okay? If they swing really great, if they were to swing really hard, of course, right? Mostly, they're gonna be in the right arm, right? So, boom. So what would I do if they swing really hard that way, right? Either they go probably the right arm, so which means this way, at you, they're gonna try to reach for you, right? Right, so which means the arm gonna be really long. Or they're gonna go for hook, right? Or they're gonna go for 1, 2, reverse punch. So those are the three most options that normally a person would do in when they start a fight mostly, right? Gonna shove, they're gonna push like this, and then from there, whatever, if you react to it a bit, oh yeah, you wanna blah blah blah, and then they're gonna go swing with all the force, whatever, into one punch. They wanna knock you out, right? So if you were in that situation, what you gotta do is elbows up, right? So they swing in, but you don't want to stay in a way that the end of the punch. So if from here, they're gonna swing your punch, you're gonna be here, they're gonna swing right here. So what you have to do, you have to step in this way and have your elbows up, okay? Just in case, because they swing like this. If there's anything, they're just gonna hit your elbows, your arm, you know, here. This fine, it's fine. Or they hit here, it's okay, all right? So you're not getting hit like 100% into the face, the ear, or whatever. You have to protect here, right? But once you have protect here, see, you are from this way, so you step over right away, right? So as you see, you go here, this way. Now this way, in turn, you have your elbows here. You got one hand here to protect. If you are not confident enough to protect with one hand, you can go two hand and elbow like this, two arm. You go like this, both arm like this. Oh, sorry, blah, 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 whatever. Two elbow like this, right? If you're confident enough, of course, you're gonna go one elbow, and the other elbow, you're gonna return the favor back to them. All right, so you go here, boom, right? Person swing, right? And of course, some of you really good, if you train really well, of course, you can leave your elbow here, and you go right in, and down, you duck. And then, of course, in boxing, you have all those uppercut, you have punch or whatever. Or you can just duck down a bit, and then you go elbow in to your groin. Now, with this technique, it's gonna be hard for the people that are not training familiar to lower stance, you know. If you, most of the time, you just stand like this way, and sometimes all of a sudden you have to bend down this low. It's gonna be really hard for you. Right? So I wouldn't recommend you to go like that, because what if you're not fast enough, you don't go low enough, they're gonna still hit your head, right? So if some of you that are really new and you're not confident, I wouldn't recommend that move. I would just go in from here. I would just step right in, right? At the same time. So as soon as you see they swing, you come close to them. So if they were to hit here, the arm gonna be like over your shoulder like this. So you have your elbows here, so once they hit, it's not gonna hurt as much. You know what I mean? Yes, of course. UFC is mixed martial art. It's a bunch of martial art mixing together, so anything can go. That's why you gotta train from your fingers, your nail, your fist, your grappling, your stand up, your kick, everything together. You gotta be flexible with your training, right? Don't limit yourself to one martial art, guys, nowadays. These people out there, they train really hard, really good. As you can see, it's all over. Everybody train, they all show their movement training. They train so hard, right? So don't think that, oh, okay, I just learned from this. I learned this techniques, I can block this, I can do this. This techniques fix that. No, you have to put in the work to train too. Because some of these MMA fighters, they train 3 hours a day, 6 hours a day, and 4 to 5 days a week. If me or any of you go against them, you're gonna get your butt whooped, right? So, but we're training this like sort of like to help us with the techniques. Sometimes it help us with 30 to 60%, 70%, not 100%. And of course, those of you who train more, you can make your skill very effective. You can use it. Then, you know, by all means, you got to train harder, right? And you train to the point like one hit. That's it. All you need to do is just one good hit, right? One good simple hit. For like if you come in person, it just pa like that, and they hit with the back of the hand or the fist, right? Just either the back of the hand or the fist, they just go from here, swing, or they just go do a one hit punch, right? That's all they need, right? Because only one surprise hit, that's it, and it's a knockout. Yes, Wing Chun is a type of Kung Fu. All right. Steven Seagal was comedian. Everything he does is a joke. But I'm pretty sure he's a very skillful too, right? Look at all those movies and everything he do, right? I mean, like getting his name out there is amazing, and like his techniques, and in order for you to do something like that, you gotta know something, right? So. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, the dog is back. I went away for 1 or 2 days. It's just, sometimes my dog is getting bored. It just go over to somebody's house and sleep over there for a day or two. Sort of like, sometimes we are bored, we take a vacation, we go somewhere else, Same thing. Hello. Thank you. Ha ha ha. Thank you very much for the tips. Thank you. All right. Siku combo. What's the Siku combo? All right. One second, I get a drink. My mouth is really dry here. Okay, let's get back to a bit of training more. So, we've been practicing with the arms quite a bit. Let's work on our footwork. And like I mentioned with you guys, footwork is very important. So we have to incorporate into with our hands. So therefore we gotta do the footwork. Let me fix the camera a bit here. So bear with me, guys. So mostly when we're training with the dummy, of course, we always start by standing facing the dummy. And our foot is like pretty much feet and shoulder width apart every time we train. That's how we start. And from there, we slightly bend our knees, coming down, and our toes pointing inward, our heels pointing outward. Okay, now from there we train. So that's the basic stance we always know when we come to practicing with the dummy. That's the beginning spot. Okay, the first the first start. When we first start, we always like this. And then from there, we block, we hit, we do whatever. We move to the side, boom. If we want to, in an angle, hit more to this side, then we shift it over with our leg, and then from there we hit, we block, we punch, whatever, cheese out, box out, bounce out, you know, all sort of different arm movement, okay? Now, so if I were to face you, okay, I hit here, blah, 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 I train this way. In order for me to go hit on this side, my right side, you're gonna take one step upward a little bit, like in an angle. So this angle, I would say, from here to here, maybe around 20 degree to 30 degree, okay, from here, or maybe 15 to 30 degrees. So I step up slightly, and then I hit, I turn, and then I starting hit, here, right? So right now my feet and shoulder width apart, I'm practicing here, blah, 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 here, hit, boom. I want to move to the right, I step up a little bit to the right. The other foot, as I'm stepping, and then I'm gonna turn, this foot will move in automatically. So it's sort of like here, you turn, it drag in, all right? And now you're facing the dummy again. So example on a dummy, here, I hit here, blah, 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 like this, boom, 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 whichever mean. And now, okay, so I'm done hitting there, I wanna move, practice on this side. I step up slightly in an angle, here. So as I step up slightly here, my body, right now this way, the dummy here, I wanna turn facing the dummy. So for my shoulder, turn here, and I drag my foot over here. Know what I mean? So same thing on my left side. I step over and I hit here. Turn into the dummy and practice there. Okay? So here I'm hitting. I want to move to my right and practice there. Right? I step over with my right, and then my left foot, I'm just gonna drag it over, and as I'm dragging my left foot over, my shoulder, my upper body gonna turn facing directly to the dummy and a diagonal this way, alright? You know what I mean? So same here, if I'm facing you here, I want to move to the right, I step up a bit forward, the other foot I drag, and I turn my shoulder, my upper body facing the dummy. Same thing if I want to move to the left. Okay, I'm hitting here, blah, 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 blah. I want to move left, step over with your left. See, now your stance is bigger. So as you there, you're gonna turn your shoulder, your upper body into the dummy and hitting from there. If you wanna move in, step your foot forward, move in. If you want to move out, back foot move, back, like that. And the front foot drag. Want to move in, front foot move forward, then drag your back foot, move, boom, 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 in. Okay? There. And basic stance of Wing Chun, when they do, there's not a lot of switching. Your foot, right? You come here, boom, 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 then you go switch here, boom, 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 switch here, boom, boom, boom. You don't go switching a lot like that. Not a lot, right? You sit either moving in, or you're moving out, or you switch sideways, or you switch it all the way, but you don't go like this too much. Like in Taekwondo, like this, we use a lot of kickings. So we always on our toes, like this, and then you switch, and you feint the guy, see whether you want to do a roundhouse kick, or whether you want to do a back kick, or whether you want to do a chop kick, right? So it's different. You don't do switching like this. I'm waiting, I switch, I get bored, and then I switch. No, not in Wing Chun. Wing Chun, because all they do mainly the arm. We don't use a lot of leg, only low kicks and all that. So therefore, both of the foot always rooted on the ground. The stance is always on the ground. You move back and forth on the ground, on the ground, on the ground. Whichever way you move, you're still on the ground, you move. Okay? So those are the basics, but we're gonna train over and over again, and you have to practice those. Very important, guys. Yes, because when master getting tired, you cannot breathe regularly, right? Same thing with everyone. If you train and then you talk, it's really hard, right? You know, and I'm out of shape too, right? Right? Let's go. Go here, come, boom, 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 right? So once I'm done here, I want to move back to the middle. I sort of like hitting, boom, 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 and I step over, boom, 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 right? See, I'm stepping. I still might have my hand, right? Step over, boom, 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 boom. Step over, boom, boom, boom. Now, if I want to move back the other way, my left foot, right? Move to the left, boom, 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 right? Like this. Step foot, move over, okay? Simple as that, okay? Now, if I want to move right, my right foot, boom, 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 boom. Want to move left foot move, boom, 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 boom. All right, so those are the foot movement. Very basics, guys, but please do train over and mix up with your arm. So the two basics, move to the left, boom, 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 back in the middle, then move to the right. I mean your right, my left. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So practice this here. Step up to the right, turn in. Okay, then back in the middle here. Step up to the left and then turn in, 45 degree, and then back. Step up to the right, turn in 45 degree, back. Step up to the left, turn 45 degree. Step to the right, turn 45 degree. Step to the left, turn 45 degree. Right? See, so as soon as I step, my hip, my upper body gonna move in. Step. Right? Step, turn. Step, turn. Step, turn. Same thing on your right. Step, turn. Step, right. Turn with your left. Drag in. So mostly the foot that is behind, they're just gonna drag in. Now you don't put a lot of friction into the other foot. As soon as you step, you know that this one gonna move. Therefore it's dragging, come over. And not a lot of friction. It's not like you drag and then you squeeze like this. No, okay? Light, okay, from here, boom. Sai. Alright guys. Okay, sorry about that. So those are the simple movement. Please practice them. Just have your feet and with shoulder apart, slightly bent, and you're gonna step far to your right, and then you turn in, right? And then back position, then step far to your left, and then turn in. Okay? So as you're stepping far like this, and then you turn in right away, then your stance is in fighting stance again. But the transition from here to here is gonna be a bit out of your fighting stance. It's sort of like a wider horse stance or riding stance, but you move in right away. So as soon as I step, this one go in, right? I don't step and I wait 3 months later and then I drag in. Then your transition gonna like make weakness to your stances. So you have to be quick in that, okay? So when you practice the correct motion in the beginning, then after that you increase speed, make it faster and faster, all right? Otherwise you don't want it. So transition here, boom. See, as I go, boom, boom. So if you can, Or you can just, this is good practice here. Or you can just go like me, like this, step over, a turn, step over, turn. All right, just turn this way, turn this way. So you don't have to really step here and then go in too much, all right? So basically, short distance, the person here, they come in here, and that's all you need. That's all you need. Person here, you turn to here, right? Or here, whichever the person goes, you turn, right? So basically, turn, shift, shift. Remember your hips? I said working on your hips. You turn, and then you turn, you turn. I go here, I turn this way. I go this way, I turn this way. Then I go this way, right? Those are the simple motions. I turn. See how my footwork? I just turn, and then I go. And I turn, I go. I turn, I shift, I go, I step. That's why I can incorporate my footwork into my arm, my hands. So footwork, hand-eye coordination. Once you get that coming together, you're gonna be really, really powerful and really good, guys. Trust me. So work on your footwork from here, or you can just in front of your wooden dummy if you have one. If not, in front of a post or whatever, or imagine that like use your imagination and turn. Oh, right in front of me is the person. So the guy move here, he move here, 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 boom, 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 boom. Same thing, boom, 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 boom. Here, right here. Want to step back, a step back here, and move here, or here, right? So hands always in front of you. Right here, boom, 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 like that. So once you get your footwork smooth, you will be really powerful in your training, very effective in your training. Then you can incorporate your hands, and it becomes really awesome, guys. Okay. So whereas in now in Wing Chun, of course, the very basic move is the chain punch, right? And you all know that, right? So you can incorporate it. Very simple techniques you can incorporate in your stance. So you were here, what, boom, 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 and then you turn here, boom, 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 right? Boom, here, boom, 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 boom. And then come back here. See, now you got your footwork in, and then you get your arm movements in. You can work on your chain punch, your block or whatever, incorporate, right? Up, down, pum, 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 okay? Down, pum, 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 down, pum, 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 right? So you can, ở Việt Nam em, ở thành phố Hồ Chí Minh. So you can incorporate those training into your workout, all right? So just turn from here, one and move right, turn. So as you turn, you put your arm out. Try to make yourself automatic. So as soon as you turn, you're turning, because right now you're here, you're turning here. You don't know what's going on this side. Sometimes you may see from the corner of your eyes here, and you sort of like here, like this. But always as you turn, please have your arms out, slightly out like this. Just in case somebody swings something wide at you, you can block yourself from your head or whatever you bring here or here, whatever. So most of the time I turn, I just go like this. Then make yourself get used into a habit of that, right? So then your hand movement just from here, you turn, right? You turn from here, then you can go, right? And go here, right? So once you build that habit, those simple stuff, you're gonna be really great. And you keep on training, and then how you're gonna exert the power from here to here. You turn, boom, right? Boom, where you have to exaggerate your power, right? Now when I turn here like this, boom, I can go here, and then to move in here. Now you see a lot of movement. This movement I learned from my Taekwondo back in the days, a long time ago. But this movement, you see sometimes here, you turn, boom, you are blocking or kicking. Very effective. You can just, the groin, the nuts here, pa, grab the nuts, boom. That's it, if self-defense only, okay? Don't go crazy on the guys if it's not self-defense, you pa, right? One shot, that's all you need. But get an effective, right? In a way that your arm, you can move up, down, sideways. And of course, like I always mention, please condition your hands, your wrist, your wrapping with the hand grip. You squeeze like this. You're working on your arm, forearm muscles. Yeah, if you reflex it, you squeeze. See, now you see the muscles working, right? See these forearm muscle, the wrist, and also the thing. You can squeeze it. If you do have those hand grip, you can use that. If not, you can just squeeze like this. Maybe 10 times, 20 times each set, and you do 3 sets a day. Then you can get your punch very powerful, and your fist and your grabbing very strong. All right, so please do practice those. So just get in the habit. You turn, 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 and then you go turn, boom, boom, boom. But sometimes when you go boom, 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 imagine that somebody hitting you, whatever. You sort of like evade to, right? You sort of lean back, right? Sometimes you try to get in the habit of that sometimes, because a lot of people boom, 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 you swing. Of course they're gonna swing back at you. Then you're gonna go lean back slightly, right? And then you can go again. So those motion, very simple, but it will help in your training. So, and you can always play around with your combo, your techniques, mix it up, have fun. Whatever works for you. It's simple, it works, it doesn't seem awkward for you, please train. If the enemy is Mike Tyson, you're gonna go down on your knees and call him to beg him for mercy. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure like those legends, they are very disciplined, right? Not very disciplined, not to knock anyone out or to pick trouble with anyone. Like same thing with all of us as we're training in martial arts, right? We don't go pick fight, whatever, right? We're very patient and disciplined, right? That's the whole point, right? The whole point with training martial art is not so much for like fighting or self-defense so much anymore, right? It's training for our own good, our own health, right? For ourselves to discipline, for us to have a little bit more patient, try to calm down our temper. You know, sometimes like certain thing, certain thing that doesn't go our way. You know, somebody try to mess up something with us. In our mind, we're thinking, oh man, I want to, beat the whatever, this guy, whatever, because he did this, but then the thing is, we think about it, and then we just, what are the consequences if I were to knock it down, whatever, of course, it's going to be lawsuit, compensation, this and that. So therefore, we just discipline ourselves, calm down, and be patient, rethink over, right? Because not a lot of situation where you can solve with your fists, right? All right, unless it comes to the last resort. But I'm pretty sure there's always other option where you can choose not to fight, right? My wrist is very strong. That's awesome, Ed. Congratulations. I am 45. 45, yes. Thank you very much, Chris, John. Okay, thank you everyone. That's pretty much your training for today. So I hope some of the tips are helping you guys in your training somewhat, all right? You see the footwork? The footwork very simple. I'm just shifting and moving back and forth. But you see my stance is always balanced. Like 90% of the time, you always see my stance even and balanced 90% of the time. That's what you want, right? The only time it's not in balance is when I move, right? When I move. But once I move, I come back to that stance. Boom, boom. Okay, that's what you want. All right, guys, let's wrap it up with simple. Just try to have deep breath and you're practicing this motion. Feet and shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent, and just simply apply this technique. Breathe deep, breathe in. First of all, try to calm your breath down like me. I'm getting old, so I'm breathing a lot, and I haven't been training physically a lot with my other strength training. Deep breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now breathe out with your mouth slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. So with these techniques here, you want to attach your hand, your wrist, your hand, your arm to the dummy all the time. You don't want to come here and out and then come back in. You want to attach to it like this all the time. Not here and then come out and here. Okay? Always touching the arm of the dummies. Alright? And sometimes you can go 1, 2, 3. Relax. And then boom. 1, 2, 3. Boom. You see, sometimes you try to hit all of a sudden like that. Increase your speed. Boom. Boom. Yeah, sometimes you relax and then you exert a lot of energy into your head. Boom. 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 There you go, and then you practice again. Then you come back, relax. Opposite, boom, like that. Boom, boom, boom. Then come back. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. All right, guys. Just be creative, have fun in your training, and challenge yourself to learn the new and effective stuff, and try to apply into your training. All right. Okay, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for being here with me. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for you guys being here. It's also motivating me to train. Chào mọi người nha. Hẹn gặp mọi người lần sau nha. Cảm ơn mọi người nha. Motivate me for me to train and become better health, better fitness for myself. And same thing with you guys. If you guys can bear with me, you guys can train along and we learn together, right? I'm just learning like you guys here. Not really an expert at anything, but whatever I know, I share with you guys. Okay? Okay, I will practice cash. I go into the step by step. Slowly I'm building that base. So where you can learn from the very basics, from the stance to the foot movement, the footwork, to the actual techniques itself. Oh, there's a turtle right down here. Pretty cute. Beautiful scenery, isn't it? So I'm very fortunate to have a backyard and train out here. Very beautiful. All right. Beautiful. Thank you. Yes, I love the nature, and fortunately, I am very fortunate to have the place here to train, and the backyard is very nice. Coconuts, bamboos. It's more than anything I wanted for. So, hopefully you guys can train. Doesn't matter where you are. You know, when I wasn't I don't have the necessity. I don't have the stuff. I still train. I still train in different places. I train like, you know, sometimes I train here. I'm hitting like Some of them I train with a tree. I hit like this, I go like this, and I train, right? You know, if you really have the passion for martial art, doesn't matter what you do, you still train, right? Maybe it's limited a bit, but you can still have an open mind to train whatever you have in front of you, right? It doesn't have, you don't have to have a dummy to train properly, right? You can just start training, move your body. If you put in like 20 minutes, 15 minutes, exercise, running, jogging, playing a sports, you know, play with your friends, with your kids, with your wife, your loved one, your brother, sister, whatever, you just train, right? If you can do movement, you can just go train, boom, 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 right? So be creative in your training. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to have a dummy, right? I know most of you in North America, it's not so easy to get access to a wooden dummy. You have to buy and you have to ship it all the way from China or somewhere or something. And most of you, some of you in other countries, the more this undeveloped country, you won't be able to afford the wooden dummy is something you can train on a tree, you know, on a post at the on a post at the what you call it, a park. You can go in the park and train, right? A garden. This is not really a garden. This is a sort of like a creek. It's leading out to the big Saigon River right there. So you see this small creek right here, the water right there. It's covered with what you call it, lục bình, hoa lục bình. The plants. So it's covered all the way down there. Now you see the water that way, and it's leading out maybe like about 400 meters from where here is the big river. It's the Saigon River. I'm in Ho Chi Minh City. Thank you very much, IVR. Thank you. Okay, bye everyone. I gotta go. I gotta have a meeting right now, so very important. I gotta go. So hope you all have fun and see you again soon. Love you all. Maybe tomorrow. Oh no, probably tomorrow not, but I'm gonna have some video posted up for you guys, and you can learn from there too. All right, have a good one. Bye bye everyone.